Alrighty, boys. I'm kind of sick right now, but that doesn't matter. So, as we all know, Bungie's been doing exotic reworks every season, some of which are just kind of fucking mid. Others, who gives a shit, really? They're kind of ass. But I figure there's still a few exotics, and which ones would I like to see get a buff? Well, these are all of the ones that I would like to see. There's a lot more, but I was only going with 3 per class, and these are the 3 main ones that are decided were the most needing of a buff. And so, first up, we got Titans. Starting off, we got Mask of the Quiet One. Been around since year 1, hasn't been used since then either. A Void-specific rework, right? Something kind of Datto had mentioned. So I was like, mostly seen as a Void exotic, so let's do this. And a while back, Hunters stole overshields from Titans with Gyrfalcons. So I figured, why not do the same thing with Titans and have them steal Devour from Warlocks. So then we have the new perk on the exotic. Final blows, while critically wounded, grant Devour. Ability final blows grant a Void Overshield. Now, I know that the melees on Void Titan already give overshields, but those are only like hits that grant like small amounts of overshields. This would be like a full overshield when you get like a shield kill or a grenade kill even. Yeah. Then you could kind of build craft around, and you don't have to use Bastion anymore. You don't have to use the barricade for the overshield. You can use a grenade to get overshields now. Shit like that if you want to. Up next we have Helmsame 14, another Void exotic. This one's kind of inspired by Chromatic Fire a little bit. When all 3 Void abilities are fully charged, precision final blows with Void weapons release a burst of energy that suppresses nearby targets. Also, I misspelled suppresses there, but kind of tired. Yeah, I figured this would be just kind of like a nice thing. It will still do what it does normally, like bubble and everything, but this would just kind of be like playing into that fantasy of like blinding targets technically, even though it's not like blind, but suppress is just blind. In PvE, at least. Up next, we have Titan's Ramparts. These used to be used all the time, and they got fucking demolished by Bungie. But I figure because the cooldown on them is so long and they're so easy to destroy, you might be able to give like a pretty decent effect to it. So we have allies that stand behind your barricade are granted Radiant. When allies defeat enemies through your barricade, you are granted Barricade Energy. It's kind of a nice little thing there to help a little bit. It wouldn't be like a lot of barricade. It'd be like 5% per kill that your allies get. So it wouldn't really help too much to get it back. You wouldn't see this shit take over Crucible again. But you might see it here and there again. Up next we have Hunters. So Hunters, there's a lot of exotics for Hunters, I'm gonna be honest. Hunters kind of fucking suck when it comes to exotics. So then we have your first one, Khepri Sting. This exotic kind of had a thing a while back, and then it got nerfed. So like no one uses it anymore. It was boring. So a little bit of a combination of 2 old exotics from Destiny 1, including Khepri Sting actually. Yeah, back to its old function. So we're completely changing how it works now. The whole fucking, I mean, that's still there, but true sight shit, fuck off. So we have being meleeed grants Void Invisibility. Punching an enemy while invisible will deal bonus damage and take your melee charge. So yeah. The way this works is when you go invis, you have to have your melee charge to get the bonus damage melee while invis. If you don't, it won't like do the bonus damage. So it's not, you're not gonna be like one shot by hunters every fucking engagement. You don't gotta worry about that. Up next we have Speedloader Slacks. Exotic's kind of been alright since Lightfall, but it's not that great. Now provides class ability energy upon weapon final blows while Tight Fit is active. Now, I understand that the buff is like infinite if you just keep getting kills and everything, but I figure it being able to give class ability energy would make it a little bit better for like mods and shit as well. So like you could do a little bit more build crafting with it, but it ain't anything too special. Up next we got Ophidius Spath. Grants 2 knives per charge. When you land a final blow with your knives, nearby allies are granted melee energy. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit of utility, kind of support. How about allies? Making this a little bit more worth running, because, Radiant on Solar Hunter exists. You don't need 2 melee charges if you have infinite. It's just kind of how it works. For Warlocks, if you don't have Apotheosis Veil as your number 1 exotic for Warlocks that needs to get reworked, you are insane, alright? Like, you are mentally deranged. So anyways, Apotheosis Veil. Weapon final blows, matching your subclass, grant class ability energy to you and nearby allies. Just kind of like a nice little support exotic utility thing there, right? And then, kind of inspired by a thing from Destiny 1 as well, while super energy is full, your ability cooldowns are greatly reduced. 250%, right? Your grenade's 250% faster, your melee's 250% faster, and your rift is 250% faster when you have your super. However, if you use your super, you lose that insane regen speed. It goes back to normal. Getaway Artist. This exotic kind of got ruined with Arc 3.0. It's not really worth running anymore. But I figure, what if we could give this weird, like, kind of support exotic to Arc Souls? Because you're already able to give teammates Arc Souls with your Rift, but sometimes, your teammates just kind of run off and don't really go near your Rift at all, and you're just like, oh shit, what do I do? This will help you reach those allies who aren't very happy with your Rifts and just seem to not want to get on them. A little bit of trolling here too if you want, my specialty. But anyways, consume your grenade to grant yourself amplified and gain a sentient Arc Soul. Your Arc Souls now also target allies without Arc Souls and attaches to them at range while also granting them amplified. Just a little bit of a help there, and because they're amplified now, their Arc Soul buddy also shoots faster, so it'll be nice little help. And then finally, Eye of Another World. This is just kind of like a utility thing, I suppose. Kind of inspired by Cenotaph a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Damaging a target marks them for allies. When allies deal damage to targets you mark, they gain ability energy. This would be for all 3 abilities, but it would be like 3% every time they damage it. Wouldn't be anything like insane. And then we have when allies defeat the enemy, you gain. Or when allies defeat the enemy, you gain ability energy. So they killed the thing, right? Killed it entirely. You didn't really do a bunch of damage like they did, so you gotta like kind of balance it out. So I'd say like the Warlock would get like 7% for all abilities after the teammates kill it. But yeah, these are the 3, well I guess 9, but 3 exotics per class that I think could use a buff or a rework. Just anything really. All these are kind of just ranging from cheeks to meh. So all of them could use some help. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Peace.